Distinguished Nigerians, I bring you special greetings. It's interesting that we are discussing the life and times of our revered leader, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Sardaunan Sokoto, at a time that both Christians and Muslims are observing Ramadan and Lent. And it tells a very unique story about the heart of a leader, about leadership, and that once you assume public office with a mind that is open and committed to uniting people, even when you leave, even after you leave, there is a way God will make people to remember you. And I think this is an act of God that we are today remembering the legacies of our leader, Sir Ahmadu Bello. My focus is on his vision for a north that should be developed through industrialization. But I want to take us back to 1958, when the Minister of Education, Aliyu Makama, launched a very important document called A Book of Prayers and Readings for Use by Christian and Muslim students in northern Nigeria. And I will read a specific statement by the Minister of Education then. He said, both Muslims and Christians are people of the book, and it is my earnest prayer and hope that from this book of prayers and readings, the younger generation in particular may learn the vital truth that the things which unite us are far more than the things that divide us. That was in 1958. In 1974, a British ethnographer, Anthony H.M. Crane, published a book, and he titled it Mutumin Kirki. And that concept of Mutumin Kirki, or what in English we call the good man, was a catalogue of his experience living in northern Nigeria. And Sir Ahmadu Bello represents the features that Crane identified as what should be the concept of a good man that is key to leadership. The first is truth, trust, compassion, patience, humility, respect, humane, just, and wisdom. 60 years after Sir Ahmadu Bello, are there leaders of northern extraction that we can use these features as criteria for benchmarking who they are and what they represent? Are there leaders that we can use today as the face of politics, as the face of a leader that can manage diversity in a way that both minorities and majorities believe that they have a society that works for them? The Minister of Industries and Trade under the Northern Nigerian government, Sir Michael Audu, interestingly from Plateau State, launched a major document about the industrialization of northern Nigeria. And in that policy, Sir Ahmadu Bello was very clear about the implementation of an industrial plan for northern Nigeria, which was captured as the Northern Nigeria Industrial Triangle. Granite in Kano, cotton in Kaduna, and tin mining in Jos. And it was on the basis of that philosophy that the industrialization policy of northern Nigeria was implemented under a One North agenda. 60 years after Sir Ahmadu Bello's demise, where are we on industrialization? The answer is very simple. We have a greedy leadership that uses religion to manipulate, mobilize. Only when they are edged out of politics, religion becomes a tool for them to mobilize vulnerable Nigerians. We have a crop of leaders with no clear direction about the developmental trajectory of the North when it comes to industrialization and sustaining the legacy of Sir Ahmadu Bello. And that is why all the NDDC projects died. Every month they meet under the auspices of the Northern Governors Forum. And the question is, from 1999 to date, is there a single project that Northern governors have identified, be it girl child education, be it the modernization of Al-Majri School, be it revitalizing agriculture, that they have invested in with a view to uniting the North? We don't have any of such. We have a problem of insecurity, and the question is there a northern Nigeria agenda for security? Is there a northern Nigerian agenda for building peace in the North? There is none. The best we have are communiques and press statements and resolutions that cannot be implemented. And yet, each time they come seeking for elections, they use the picture of Sir Ahmadu Bello as an addition to their campaign pictures because they need a name. That's the story of the North. And going forward, my sense is that we will reflect about the diversity of the North and how we can reclaim the lost glory. We can reflect about the mushrooming and emergence of different sects and religious groups. In the 60s, we had no Khan, we had no GNI, we had no Jews. We had Christians and Muslims who understood that there was value in human lives. There was respect for the faith of one another. How did we miss that? How did we get to a point where today the emergence of sects is becoming the key pointer to instability in Nigeria? The late Abdul Rauf Mustafa published a book and he titled it Sects and Social Disorder in Northern Nigeria. Because the focus today is not about salvation, but each sect is dehumanizing the other and saying your brand of Islam or your brand of Christianity is not the best until you come to my own. So the issue about the concept of a good man and a good woman is lost, because that is not what we are concerned with. And my sense is that the respect, the eulogy, and the better way or the best way of keeping the legacies of Sir Ahmadu Bello alive is for us to go back to the drawing board and find answers to the key fundamental questions that he confronted about his ability and capacity to manage the North as one. Not to run away from criticisms, but to confront criticisms with the wisdom and the humaneness and the respect that is required, because he was dealing with people, and people who are in need of a leader that will give them clear direction for hope and development. Thank you very much.